Good afternoon and welcome to News Hour. I am David Patrick Kamara. Coming up in this edition of News Hour, the government through the Ministry of Energy sets to launch the Energy Revolution program in Sierra Leone. Wellington Muslim Association Secondary School gets teaching and learning materials. And the Tuke community gets ultra-modern health center provided by the Medical Peace Foundation in South Korea. All these stories, including business and sport, are lined up in this edition of News Hour. Stay with us. Welcome back for our first story this afternoon. The Wellington Muslim Association Secondary School has received teaching and learning materials recently distributed nationwide, over 20 billion units, while the items distributed to the Wellington Muslim Agency Secondary School have been handed over to the school children. Maria Madenke Kanu reports.
Pupils have benefited from the learning and teaching materials. Addressing the pupils, the principal Wellington Muslim Agency Secondary School, Abdulrazak Kamara, called on pupils to handle the materials with maximum care. He called on them to be focused with their studies, to become good students, adding that the distribution is a symbolic representation of the items distributed to the pupils. Vice Principal Wellington Muslim Agency Secondary School, Abdul Latif Kago, thanked the ministry for the items, adding that the school materials will improve upon the capacity of the children. Mr. Kagbo said distribution was timely as they were constrained by lack of learning materials.
This kind of gesture coming from the Ministry of Education, I think this is a very, very, very big boost. And also you realize that when the Minister of Education was doing the launching right at Makini, there was this statement he keep emphasizing that this particular material must reach the target with beneficiary. So what we did as a school, we think, yes, we appreciate the effort that we receive the item, but the concept of transparency and accountability must be established.
Head teacher of the school, Salimatu Mansari, was impressed with the donation, noting that as beneficiaries, they were not expecting windfall, but are grateful for the kind gesture.
Three primary schools in the Konadugu district have benefited from the Binta's Angels Network project. The gesture comes as a result of the drop in education standard in that part of the country. Rose Konima Stevens has more.
On this singular honor and privilege for formally opening this school built by Binta's Angel and in partners. God bless this school and the children the way they get for attendance. Thank you very much.
20 years guarantee.
Konadugu district is the largest district in Sierra Leone, comprising of people from different cultures who earn their living either through petty trading, farming, or cattle rearing. Most of these people gathered here could either be teenage mothers, businessmen and women, or young girls who might have been given into early marriages. Education in this part of the country is lacking due to some of the above-mentioned reasons. In a bid to provide a better learning environment for children, especially the girl child, Binta's Angels Network, a non-profit making organization based in Holland and Sierra Leone, have provided a primary school each with furniture in the Konadugu district. The communities include Foronoya in Sengbe, Heimakono in Warawara Yagala, and Koba Junction in Folosaba Dembelea chiefdoms. Addressing the gathering in all three communities, The head of Binta's Angels Network, both in Netherlands and Sierra Leone, Binta Jallo, and her partners referred to the support as a means to complement government's efforts in providing an enabling learning environment for children in the country. According to them, education should be an equal right for all and cannot be equated to anything in the world, as it is a way out of poverty.
I am the founder and a native of Kwenadugu district villages. The school comprises of 4 classrooms, 1 staff office. School is the 3rd community school we have built in the Kwenadugu district since we established in 2006. Our immediate aim is to help build and renovate schools in deprived communities and provide clothing, toys, books, and school material.
That's special for education. That's why I support Binta's Angels and Binta to get this done in...
Of our organization, Mrs. Binta Jallo, when she said that education is the best way to develop a community. In fact, the First Lady of this country also said it a couple of days ago. She said education is a country's best asset. It takes education to develop a person's mind, to think for themselves, take initiative, and most importantly, to never give up.
They therefore pledged the support of other humanitarian organizations to help people in Kwenadugu district, especially school-going children, and called on government to approve both the school and provide trained and qualified teachers. Dr. Chakanda Roberts is the Chief Executive Officer of AgroVentures. The AgroVenture will engage farmers in these 3 communities with best farming practices to enable them yield better produce that will make more money so that they will be able to support the schools in future. All present described the event as historic, noting that the gesture is part of government's agenda for prosperity and that it takes a man to have a heart of an angel to go through bumping roads like these just to achieve key priorities in the country's agenda for all. SLBC News, Rose Konima Stevens, Freetown.
A female musical group, Sisters with Attitude, has offered food and non-food items to Ebola survivors, orphans and widows at Batiwa village in Koya Chiefdom. The Royal Sisters based in the US provided the support. Ibrahim Samura reports.
Villages in the Koya Chiefdom that recorded hundreds of deaths at the height of the Ebola outbreak. Arriving at the village, one would sense the trauma and loneliness of the inhabitants, perhaps reflecting on the loss of their loved ones. Now that the disease has come and gone, the challenge after the Ebola in the country, particularly at this village, is the scores of Ebola survivors, orphans and widows left behind by the Ebola outbreak. It was in this vein that the music female group Sisters with Attitude, with support from their good friends in the United States of America, Royal Sisters, has extended a helping hand to these Ebola orphans, survivors and widows with some relief items. According to these local authorities, Sisters with Attitude is one of the first humanitarian groups to have come to the aid of the people, saying that since the end of the Ebola outbreak, they have been left to fend for themselves. They reflected that the disease did not only cause many deaths in the village, but also ravaged the village and its neighboring villages. They said the support came at the most needed time and lauded the providers. According to the group, they supported the beneficiaries to complement government's Ebola recovery phase and to bring smiles to them. They said they got the support from their Sierra Leonean sisters in the United States of America, the Royal Sisters, and assured them of more support. Our bylaw of Sisters with Attitude expressed their concern for the orphans and widows for the loss of their loved ones during the Ebola scourge. The group, she said, has been reunited.
Residents in Freetown are currently in dire straits due to the lack of potable water in the city. This has led to people scavenging for the small supply coming from the Guma system. Others have resorted to other unsafe sources to acquire this vital ingredient, water. Well, SLBC News, in a bid to understand the situation, has been investigating the problem by taking a look at the various water sources of Guma. Francis Bernard has the story.
Currently experiencing low water supply, caused mainly during this time of the year when the country is in the thick of the dry season. Guma Valley Water Company, which is in charge with the responsibility of providing potable water from its various reservoirs, has faced major challenges in view of the current low supply due to the drying up of most of its water sources. According to investigations carried out by SLBC News in Guma's operational areas, it was clear that all the sources have gone dry. Even Guma's main reservoir at Guma Dam at Success, which supplies 75 million liters of bulk water per day to Freetown, is equally affected, as the water level in the dam has gone low, which has led to the rationing of water in the city. Similarly, the Babadori Reservoir at Regent's Village has almost dried up due to the extensive human activities around the catchment area, from where the two sources of Congo and Sugarloaf supplies have dried down. Also, the Cemetery Blue at Wellington, which supplies the communities in the Far East, has completely dried up, as can be seen in the clip. So too is its subsidiary source at Charlotte, which supplies Allentown and its environs. Even the water source which assists the central part of the city, particularly the upper mountain terrace called the White Water Source at the back of Botanical Garden of Robe College, is currently dried. Meanwhile, government has set up a task force comprising major stakeholders to address the situation, and one recommendation put forward as stopgap measure is for Guma to set up water tanks in some of the unserved areas in the city, where Bowsers can supply water to the people on a daily basis. Another recommendation is for the task force to tackle the high level of deforestation around water catchment areas.
The Toke community has benefited from an ultra-modern health center provided by the Medical Peace Foundation in South Korea. The facility was officially handed over to the community by the Health and Sanitation Minister, Dr. Abubakar Fofana. Joseph Stanley filing this report, read in the studio by Sheku Sumaila.
Speaking of the handing over ceremony of the facility, Tokehan Medical Center, the Chief Director of Board of Directors of Medical Peace Foundation of Korea and Guest of Honor, Dr. Kwang Hyun Park, lauded the Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Abubakar Fofana, for the speedy completion of the work and leadership role in the entire process. He described the newly constructed health facility as a gesture that demonstrates the strong and bilateral cordial relationship between the two countries. Dr. Park, on behalf of his government and people, congratulated the Toke community on supporting the minister and Mr. Omri Goli, Sierra Leone's ambassador to South Korea, whose efforts and dynamism made it possible to provide a facility that he said will not only benefit Toke, but other people who may require medical attention. He reiterated the foundation's continued support towards rebuilding a resilient health system for Sierra Leone, hoping that the relationship will continue to grow from strength to strength.
This human medical center constructed by the Medical Peace Foundation of Korea would contribute to take care of the people. I promise you that the foundation will continue its cooperation of medical assistance to Toke region. within Korea, I always pray, God bless the prosperity of Sierra Leone and Toka.
Health and Sanitation Minister Dr. Obakar Fofana said the project started with a humble beginning of a stakeholders meeting in 2015, requesting for an urgent need of a health facility in Turkey, which eventually had the blessings of President Anesbai Kuroma. He said the project will not have been completed without the patriotic contribution of Ambassador Omrigoli and the support given to him by the community. Dr. Fofana noted that community ownership has a major role to play in the whole process, hoping that the desired expectation will be achieved.
Today, again, we all deny for it again, for witness another Mungu launching again of the Tokehan Health Facility. And also in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be back now at Halo. What we go there for? For the other Mungu launching of 100-bed hospital now at Halo. So, and as we come on, also, where they go? Will they go na Korea? Will they go back for another Mungu launching of another facility like this na Korea? So if you then call una Mungu, una no vex. Mungu, I go tell una what it mean. The M na man. The U na understanding. The N na never. The K na knowledge. And the U na undertaking. So Mungu means a man of understanding never lacks the knowledge to undertake development. So now in Mungu means. So from today, anybody call you Mungu, say yes. I am a man of understanding, and as a result, I will never lack the knowledge to undertake development. From where President Kuroma comes, he don't one day lack knowledge to take development. No. Non-stop. Not so. Yes.
Western Rural District Council Chairman Hassan Cole described the facility as a life-saving structure that will ease the burden of seeking health care distance away from Turkey, and on behalf of his people expressed gratitude and appreciation to the Medical Peace Foundation of Korea. Similar sentiments were expressed by the headman of Turkey, Alhaji James Lowe, and the Member of Parliament for Constituency 93, Honorable Dauda Kalon. A conducted tour of the facility formed a high point of the ceremony. In a similar engagement, Dr. Kwang Yung Pak of the Medical Peace Foundation, Ambassador Omri Goli, and Dr. Obakar Fofana visited the proposed site for the construction of a community health center at Bagbai village in Koya Chiefdom, Poloko district. Commissioner National Youth Commission and Son of the Soil, Anthony Kroma, expressed the challenges faced in seeking medical attention, noting that of the distance from Songo, Masiaka and Sumoya to access health facility for a population of over 3,000 people. He commended the Minister of Health and Sanitation for making the visit to the proposed site and expressed the preparedness of the community towards the development of the project, thanking Ambassador Omrigoli and the Peace Medical Foundation for what he described as a dream come true. The Ebola, he said, had an adverse effect on the lives of the people, pointing out that the completion of the project will bring solace to his people and the immediate environs. Health and Sanitation Minister Dr. Obakar Fofana described the day as unique in the history of Bagbai, the Koya Chiefdom, and the Poloko district as a whole. He noted of the challenges and constraints in seeking health care elsewhere, adding that the completion of the facility will help address most of the problems, especially children under age 5, pregnant women, and of the newborn.
You're watching News Hour on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. The Sierra Leone Midwives Association has joined other midwives across the globe to celebrate this year's International Midwifery Day. Midwives dedicate this day to remind the world about their everyday achievements. The celebration, which attracted other midwives in the country and other stakeholders, took place at the Kenema Government Hospital with the theme Women and Newborns, the Heart of Midwifery. Haomosire has more.
Was integral to this International Day of Midwives, as midwives received the prizes with smiles on their faces and with jubilation. President of the Sierra Leone Midwives Association, Sister Safia Tufudi, informed the gathering that the day is to celebrate the success of midwives and focus on recognizing the importance of midwifery. To midwives, she says, what is important to make sure that each woman and newborn has access to the best possible care before, during, and after pregnancy and childbirth.
This year, the theme for this year is Women and Newborns, the Heart of Midwifery. We are saying as midwife, this is the center of our work. We want to see the women and the newborns alive as they come out of the labor ward. So we are saying to a midwife, what is more important than making sure that each woman and newborn has access to the best possible care before pregnancy, during pregnancy, after pregnancy, and childbirth. And to a woman who is pregnant or giving birth, is there a better partnership than having a quality service by a qualified midwife? All women need this access to skilled midwife. The women of Sierra Leone need midwives now and in future.
The president of the Midwife Association commended the United Nations Population Fund for their support in capacitating more midwives across the country. The district health sister of the Kenema Government Hospital, Sister Hawa Darami, highlighted that the International Day of Midwives is a global campaign to share success and challenges. Sister Hawa Darami disclosed that the day is to honor midwives for their great contribution made so far in providing quality services for pregnant women and their newborns. The town chief of Nongowa Chiefdom, Musa Kalon, thanked the management of the Kenema Government Hospital, especially the midwives, for their outstanding role played in the lives of pregnant women during and after delivery. The field coordinator of the International Rescue Committee, Alusain Pulum, says the role of midwives are important in the lives of men, also not only women. He pledged his organization's continued commitment to the government, especially in the area of the free healthcare service delivery, among others. SLBC TV News Eye in Freetown, Haomosire reporting.
The Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Works has commenced inspection of all roads that are being constructed or rehabilitated in the country. The committee is at present inspecting roads under construction in the western area, and it will be proceeding to the provinces, where we'll bring you highlights of the inspection tour.
The contractor for this project are female group. They come for county inspection like the other ones. So many questions they did not ask about this project. Why the delay, the blocking of entrances, so on and so forth. So the people that will answer the questions they are today. We go for asking a question, we get the format here, so they use to ask the questions. Do you have feel free? The reason why they come for can inspect, because even though that are private people left, and that they deal with MDAs, but always they use our contractors as witness of SLR, because for SLR is for other departments. And if now they do the project, and then they pay now from the consolidated fund through Ministry of Finance, and they deal with government money, so it is the business of Parliament. So that's why we're here through SLR. We're not ever right to direct. We go through SLR on a department, they go on a private. But for the fact that they pay from finance, from government money, and when I sign contract with the people of Sierra Leone, I make the follow. So therefore ask now, few cautions them. When I get variation as from now, from the original price or the original scope to now, the scope change, the scope of work change, the pricing change, the timeline change for any reasons.
So all three don't change. The project in the original length starts from Padeba Road up to Church Ramps, but we don't extend, they don't add section up to Limpopo College, and they don't add Kinaman Road. One or two other things they don't change about the project on Hillcourt Road. Other than they don't need to be cost change. I'll go ask the quantity surveyor, Mr. Alpha, may talk about the initial project will be 4.76 kilometers.
Starting from where to?
Pademba Road to 200 meter away from Church. But doing several activities, they decide to add 1 kilometer from the original stop to capacity. That they cost about 60 million euros. Then later, the client decided for our camera, which cost 24 million euros.
Highlights of the Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Works inspection of all roads in the Western area. In order to make education accessible to the children of Karaku Sukurala community in the Warawarayagala Chiefdom Koinadugu district, the Cross Parish in Germany has provided a newly constructed school of 2 buildings. Nasiruddin Kurma has the story.
This occasion demonstrates gratitude to the foreign donor organization for helping a community that has yearned for this kind of development for over 7 decades of its existence. The Madingo-dominated multi-ethnic community has cultural performance and ceremony to manifest appreciation to the German Lutheran Church, the Cross Parish of Konstanz in Germany. The head of the project, Barbara Butcher, is being carried on the head by 4 able-bodied men, as tradition demands, as heroine who has achieved a goal for their community. Here is the project's coordinator, Yembe Mansari, who has been the bridge between the donor group and the Karakol Sukurala community.
We all there so today for that witness the opening and handing over of this primary school in Karakol Sukurala village, Koinadugu district. Well, this project come about with the intervention of some friends that I get from Germany. When I be asked them, I be request to them for help me to build a school and the community to start born. So then they consent for help me. So then they say I can look for the community where they in need of primary school. Inside them they able to give me this help here. So I can at this community here, so where this community is a part of my chiefdom, Warawarayagala chiefdom. So I can and this community they in dire need of school. Because they begin them, they come all the way from here to Kabala, about 3 to 4 miles.
The community, through the chairperson at the handing over ceremony, Madam Mantene Kagbu, presented the donors and officials, dignitaries of the project and the Ministry of Education. This appreciation was extended to the German ambassador to Sierra Leone, Wolfgang Gusthoff, who was given the honor to cut the tape to the new facility by the Deputy Director of Education for Koinadugu District, Abubakar Kuyate. The German ambassador, in a short statement, was quick to establish that the school has been funded solely by a group of Lutheran worshippers of the Cross Parish Konstanz in Germany. He maintained that they funded the project with monies voluntarily contributed in their small settlements. He encouraged the people to make the best use of the facility to take their community to a higher height. The education boss in the district, Abubakar Kuyate, confirmed that the school meets the government set standard, that is toilet facility and water among others, convenient accommodation for the children, With this, Mr. Kuyate promised that he will facilitate the approval of the school. He thanked the Germans for the facility.
Well, it's now time for the business news, and for that we join Judith Sannah.
Hello and welcome to Business Updates. We begin with the foreign exchange rates. The US dollar buys us 5,984 leons and sells us 6,105 leons. Pound sterling buys us 8,811 leons and sells us 8,991 leons. Euro buys us 6,918 leons and sells us 7,056 leons. That's the foreign exchange rate courtesy of the United Bank for Africa, UBA. The special advisor to the president, Alhaji Kanu, has said that the launching of the employment policy serves as footprint for entrepreneurs. He was speaking at the opening of T's shopping center on Wilkinson Road. Detail of that story will be aired on a subsequent edition. Skybank Sierra Limited has posted its 2015 profits before tax at 4.3 billion leons, indicating a jump by 1.9 billion leons. Let's join Joey Andunguya as she speaks to the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Skybank, Farouk Remy Peter, in this interview.
At that point in time, we were also conscious of what our customer needed. I always say one thing: when you look at Sierra Leone as a whole, Skybank is seen as a small bank, but we know what our customers wanted. We know that customer service is very important. We are known for customer service, and over the years, this is what I've always told my colleagues. I first said, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you cannot, you cannot. After the whole challenging year, and we did our best, we satisfied our customer. At the end of the year, we were able to make 4.3 billion profit before tax.
Okay, so what about 2016? Are we now yet?
2016 has just started. We just finished the first quarter. Our target this year is to do 10.6 billion, which we are working at. Although the economy is a little bit challenging now, we know we are faced with foreign exchange scarcity. But there are a couple of other things that we can do. By the day, by the month, and by the year, we are growing. When I took over in 2013, we only had this branch. As we speak, we are in Lovely, we are in Kleintown, and we are also here in Siaka Steven. So as a date, we have 3 branches. And we are also planning, hopefully, before the end of the year, to have the 4th branch, either at the end, at the east end, or outside of Freetown, maybe in the province. Most likely in Go. That is what we are looking at. So we are growing. We are growing by the day and by the year.
Okay, so what do you want to say to your customers?
They should expect more from us. We are here to serve them. We are here to give them the very best. I've always said it. We have some banks that are very big in the country. But, like I said, we have created a niche for ourselves. And we know what that niche is. We know what our customers want. We know that we can play our part in growing the economy. And that is what we will continue to do. I can beat my chest to it, sincerely speaking. The kind of service that we give, you cannot get anything better in any other bank in Sierra Leone. That I can tell you. Our customers are satisfied. And because they are satisfied, they are also even referring other customers to us. So our customer base is increasing.
He is the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Skybank, Fanuhun Remy Peter, talking there to Jogi and Dubuya. Sierra Leone ranks 147th out of 189 countries in World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking for 2016. We shall on our subsequent news seek the views of business tycoons to confirm how easy it is in doing business in Sierra Leone. But that's it in our business takes. Thanks for your time.
Many thanks indeed, Judith, Sannah, for the latest in business. And from business, we move over to the sport desk and join Francis Bernard for the latest in sports.
Hello and welcome to Sport Update. I am Francis Bernard. In sport right now, Moroccan and Madrid-based international beach volleyball players dominated Team Sierra Leone with a thrilling 2-state win. The pairs of Patrick Lumbi and Abubakar held Moroccan 1-all but lost in the decider set by 15-13. Well, Sierra Leone now awaits the match between Tunisia to see if they can get the bronze medal in the Rio qualifier. Well, from that we also bring you news about basketball as YSC Basketball Club have won the Inter-Club Basketball League after beating rivals Canon Royals 3-8 in the best-of-5 series grand final at the Circus Stevens Stadium. Details of these stories will be up in our next news bulletin. Well, from that we now move to the international scene and bring you some international sport news. Well, sorry, we cannot bring you any more sports or news. That's how we bring the curtain down for Sports Update.
Thank you very much, Francis Bernard, for the latest in sport. Well, to end news are the main points again. The government, through the Ministry of Energy, is set to launch the Energy Revolution program in Sierra Leone. Wellington Muslim Association Secondary School has received teaching and learning materials. And Toke community has gotten ultra-modern health center provided by the Medical Peace Foundation in South Korea. That's all in this edition of News Hour. On behalf of the news editor, Ibrahim Mansari, I am David Patrick Kamara. Well, for more information about our programs, you can send us an email to contact us at slbc.sl. Good afternoon.